Hello friends, Rage Panda 1 here, with our Bloodline Heroes of Lithas free-to-play series, and as you can see we are on stage 660, which is the final stage of Chapter 6, and in Chapter 6, a wonderful thing starts to happen. As you're going through the stages, murdering your way to victory, you start collecting purple items. Such as these boots on this windscreen. So first, we're going to go ahead and knock out our explorations, see if we can't get some companion parts. Oh yeah! We got 3 in 1. That's fantastic. Some fodder there, some more companion parts. What I really want to get is either my Trevane copies or the Sallyhorn copies. I believe I've mentioned before why I want the Sallyhorn. She makes another good mythic farm. We can see that we have 15 million gold here, and that's going to come into play in this episode because we're going to be focusing on upgrading. To start off with, when we hit our quick equip, it's going to put on everything purple that we have, even though we already had higher level blues. And so what we want to do is we want to take those higher level blues. Let's say we will just grab this level 5 sword. I think that's the right one. And we can just confirm enhancement. We get everything back that we had before. So our purple sword is now level 5, and that is one of the things that I love most about this game. You really don't have to worry about wasting resources too often. Occasionally, with diamonds, there are ways that you could waste your diamonds. But in terms of resources for leveling up and enhancing equipment, and leveling skills, you can get it all back. You can try whatever you want to try. And I think that was a great choice by the developers, who honestly could have just made it expensive to do this, and we could be, needing to pay actual money to get the same effect. So the other way that we're going to try to power up a little bit is through Ascension. And we have a couple of ways here that we're stuck on Ascension. One of those is having our blue Lionstone. Now this character is amazing, and we don't have any purple equipment left over for her, and that's fine. We'll get there. The reason that this character is not amazing is because she's only rare quality, so I don't want to waste too many extra copies of my tank units ascending her. And I may only have one other copy of her to do that. So I've run into this before where I just leveled up my rare characters to get through, to break through the wall, and then I ended up kind of screwed. So we're going to try to keep her at 4-star for as long as we possibly can. And that means I think she can only go to 160. Yeah. She's stuck at 160, and that's just where she lives henceforth. That's as far as she goes. So we're going to keep her on the team at level 160 for as long as she is viable, and then she will probably just be replaced. The other way that we're stuck is we have our male Lume, but unfortunately, I got caught up editing videos when this event was on, and I didn't realize it was ending. I finally logged back into play, ready to do the challenge associated with the event. We were finally strong enough, and that guarantees some copies of this guy. Unfortunately, the event was no more, so we don't have any more copies of this guy. Now, I've heard some people saying that you can use the opposite gender in the altar. I don't think that's true. I haven't tested it. We're gonna test it live here. We're just going in hot. And you can see that I have the female 4-star down on the bottom. So if I click on him, yeah, it's putting her in the other side. It doesn't cover for that one. So that is not bueno. That means he's going to be stuck at also level 160. I think he's fine at level 160 until the rest of our guys are like 220. Because he's so tanky, and his power lies in healing people and reviving them, which he needs strength for, but if his strength isn't absolute maximum, it doesn't kill our game. The good news is with our male Tidestorm and our female Ignis, those characters are both great, and even if I have to use my copies on the purple version, I think for our account in general, it's just a better call. So I'm not going to go through the whole process of getting these guys taken care of and ascended, and I may not even ascend them quite yet. But you can see I got plenty of materials here to work with. I have 2 copies of my male Tidestorm, so we can get him going very well. And for our female Ignis, again, we have tons of materials, and we have 2 copies of her to work with. So we're sitting pretty good for that. And the one good thing, now I poo-pooed on the male Griffin a little bit when I got him, and I still don't think he's the best. But in my main account, I got this male Ugrel first, and the male Griffin's doing way better than him. Because at least the male Griffin, when he activates his skill, he doesn't sit there and crowd control himself until he is literally dead. The other thing that's great about the male Griffin is that you get them in spades. You just get so many of them for just the prisoners and explorations. They're always showing up. So I'm not worried about finding copies of him. I've already got a couple that I can use. And since he is our only mythic, it will be fine to just ascend him and go to town with it. That being said, I want to keep some of these characters for their noble traits. Anything that boosts leadership is good for us right now. Speaking of leadership, we are up to 17k a minute. And we have 2 million food that we can be busting down. Goating it with the sauce, is that what the kids say? I don't know. I don't know how to be a cool guy like that. So that's what we're going to be working on. Just powering up in general, going through, deciding where do I want my purple equipment. The answer is I want it on my damage dealers, right? So both of these people will have full sets of purple, and then the rest will get it in due time. So we don't have any for him, we don't have any for her. Then we're going to spend all of our gold. We're going to be focusing on our damage dealers, because even though our male Lume is only 115, he literally never dies. I don't want to say I Babe Ruthed that one when I called him Mr. Never Die, but he just never dies. He's just always the last one to go. So I think he's fine at his level, and we're just going to pump the ever-loving stuff out of our female Ignis, because she is a beast. I think she does the majority of our damage. So, yeah, I'm going to upgrade all my equipment. I'm going to visit the altar and see what kind of shenanigans I can do there to get some more power. And then guess what? We're going to take another stab at the Spire of Champions. And I gotta say, I'm sitting here on 2,900 gems, and it is really hard not to spend those on a multi-summon, because I feel like we need more. And I especially am tempted to, I'm not going to click it. I want to just look at the rates. I'm especially tempted to go here just to get more copies of our female Lionstone. If that's all we accomplish, then we're doing good things. But even better, if we happen to hit it's like 15% chance to get an upgraded version of her, that would be really nice for our count. So I'm kind of talking myself into doing that. I'm trying not to. We'll see. You know I'm a little weak with that stuff. I love the gambling so much. Why do you think I do free-to-play accounts? I'd be out of house and home if I if I was willing to pay for a multi-summon. So I will return when we are fully powered up, and then we are going to go try a little more of our Spire of Champions. And maybe we'll grind through some Chapter 7. We're starting to get up a little more on our campaign. You can see we're number 301 for campaign, 248 intimacy, 274 district, still only 330 in might. So comparatively to our power, we're doing well, and we're about to get even more power. So we have reached the end of the line at level 49. So we broke past the barrier we had before. I think we were about power 270k. Now we are 399. And I'll show you how we managed to that. We went to 180 on our Griffin and Tidestorm. We went to 192 in the female Ignis. I did put 20 extra levels into the Lume. I'm not sure if I needed to do that or not. But then also we upgraded all of our equipment to be 4 or 5 in every slot on every person. I did not do any ascending because I just don't want to waste the copies. What I want to do is get actual mythic cards. But we have something else to talk about. And that is, I was playing a game called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and I had some extraordinarily good summons. So I was riding the hype train. And I came onto this game, and I recorded myself doing some summons. And I got all blues on every single thing, except for this one purple Lycanus, which is great. You know that I wanted a better one of those. In fact, I'll lock him up. I don't think still that he's going to be better than our mythic, just because of how stats work. But I'm going to try it out. But if I'm being honest, I feel like I need to reroll. I have done, I don't know, 6 multi-summons now, plus all of the extra stones that you get here and there, and I have 1 mythic, and it's a bad mythic. Like, he's not the worst guy in the game, but he's not carrying a team, that's for sure. I would want to have almost any other character. There's probably 5 other characters that are below him in my tier list. Not that I'm making a tier list, but... So, yeah, that's rough. And then I'm stuck with my female Lionstone, where I can't... It's not good to upgrade her because she's just a blue. I can't upgrade my support. I don't have any other supports. I'm doing fine in terms of DPS. But, I don't know, man. We've spent so many diamonds and gotten so little that I feel like I just need to reroll. I don't know that I'm going to do that or not, but I'm going to look into it. So, don't be me. Don't do the summons at a bad time. I mean, maybe it wasn't even a bad time, but I had a bad time. Because when you see 20 blue things in a row, and then you do 3 single summons, and you finally see 1 purple thing, and it's only purple, it just feels really bad. And if you've been watching my One Punch Man videos, then you know that on there, I also have gotten 0 of the SSR quality people, and I should have statistically gotten 2 or 3 by now. And the only one that exists on my account was something that they gave me for free. So, I'm probably not going to reroll. We're just going to push through and see what we can do by leveling companions up. I'm sure that's the way I'll go. But man, am I feeling bad about my luck right now. In all of the groups I'm seeing, people are getting better accounts than I have in a single summon. And so, let me know what you think in the comments below. Should I reroll? Should I power through? If that's all we figure out from this, then I think we're doing well. You let me know if you want me to reroll the account or continue on. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.